Spring is here, and isn't it just gorgeous? All that new life, the colors, really lovely.
It is beautiful. But for a lot of people, that beauty comes with, well.
Oh, yeah. The sneezing, the itchy eyes, the whole respiratory discomfort thing.
Yeah,
If that's you right now, yeah, you're definitely not alone.
absolutely. While some folks are out enjoying the quote-unquote fresh air, many others are, like, planning escape routes back indoors.
Exactly. And that kind of leads us to what we're digging into today. How much of that spring allergy misery actually starts, or at least gets way worse, inside our own homes?
Right, because you can hide from the pollen outside for a bit, but you live inside. So for this deep dive, we looked at an article. It's from a company called Vacu-Man Furnace and Duct Cleaning.
Okay. And the article title is Tackling Spring Allergies with Professional Air Duct Cleaning. Now, I know what some might think. Okay, a cleaning company's article. Of course they'll say cleaning helps.
And that's fair. It's a totally fair point. So our goal here isn't just to, parrot the article.
Yeah.
We want to really get into the why. What's the connection they're drawing between the air inside your house and those really frustrating spring allergy symptoms? What's the thinking there, according to this source?
Okay, so first off, the article mentions the usual suspects, right? Pollen, mold spores, dust mites, the things we normally think of as outdoor problems.
Yeah, primarily outdoor, no doubt. But the interesting thing, maybe a bit worrying, is how easily that outside stuff gets inside.
Right.
Think about how pollen just coats everything in spring. You open a window, it's in, walk outside, it's on your clothes, your shoes.
Oh, and pets. Don't forget pets. They're like walking Swiffers for pollen.
They really are. And the key point the article makes is once these allergens get inside, they don't just vanish. They can settle and build up in the HVAC system.
Your heating, ventilation, air conditioning, specifically in the air ducts.
Exactly. Those ducts are kind of like the lungs of your house, circulating air. So if those passageways get lined with trapped allergens, pollen, dust, whatever,
Then every time the heating or AC kicks on.
boom, it just blows those trapped particles right back out into your living room, your bedroom, everywhere.
Okay, yeah. That explains why sometimes I feel like I'm sneezing more inside where I thought it was supposed to be safe.
Precisely. It creates this loop, Allergens come in, get trapped, get recirculated. That's the main problem the article is highlighting.
Which leads us to their solution. Professional air duct cleaning. Now, we said ducts are like the respiratory system. The article says they can get congested. What does that mean exactly? Dust?
Yeah, think buildup. Over time, it's not just surface dust. It's layers of dust, dirt, debris. And mixed right in there are the allergens we keep talking about. Pollen, mold, pet dander, dust mite fragments.
So it's like this hidden reservoir of allergy triggers just waiting inside the walls. And this buildup causes problems, right? The article mentions a couple of things.
It does. First, it can actually block the airflow a bit.
Yeah.
Make your HVAC system work harder than it needs to, less efficient.
Right, which could mean higher energy bills. Nobody wants that.
No. But more relevant to our allergy talk is the second thing. It directly impacts your indoor air quality. So professional cleaning, according to the article, is designed to really get in there and remove all that accumulated stuff.
Okay, professional cleaning.
Yeah.
What makes it different from me just, sticking my vacuum hose into the vent cover?
Ah, good question. It's quite different. Professionals use these really powerful specialized vacuum systems. They create strong negative pressure, basically, powerful suction throughout the entire duct network.
Okay.
Much stronger than your home vacuum. And they often use tools like long brushes, air whips, sometimes even cameras, to really scrub and loosen the debris from all the surfaces, even the tricky spots. Some might also apply a sanitizer afterwards.
This is way more thorough. It's about getting everything out, not just the stuff near the opening.
Yeah.
And the logic is remove that gunk, remove the allergens.
And the air circulating becomes cleaner, which should theoretically lead to fewer allergy triggers flying around your house. Less sneezing, less congestion.
That's the core idea they're presenting.
Yeah.
So the article drills down into some specific benefits Vacu-Man says you get from this, especially if you have allergies. First one is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Allergen reduction.
Right. Most direct benefit. They state clearly the process removes dust, pollen, mold, spores, the big offenders, tackles the indoor source.
Makes sense. Second benefit, improved air quality. Seems related, but is it broader than just allergens?
It is, yeah. It's also about reducing other particles, general dust, pet dander, maybe construction debris if you've renovated.
Yeah.
Stuff that can irritate anyone's breathing, not just allergy sufferers. So cleaner air overall.
Okay. Third one is interesting. Enhanced HVAC efficiency. We touched on this, but how does clean day efficient again?
Think of it like breathing through a clear nose versus a stuffy one. Clean ducts mean air flows easily. The system doesn't have to strain to push air past blockages.
Ah, okay. Good analogy.
So it uses less energy, potentially lasts longer, and as they point out, an efficient system is less likely to be churning up and spreading trapped stuff.
Got it. And the last benefit they list is odor removal. Smells coming from the ducts.
Yeah, that buildup dust, maybe some moisture, mold, pet dander, it can get musty or just unpleasant over time. Cleaning removes the source of those smells. Fresher home.
So, looking at it all together, the article built the case that clean ducts matter, especially for allergy season, by reducing that indoor allergen exposure.
That's the argument.
Now, since the article is from Vacu-Man, they obviously recommend professional cleaning. What's their reasoning?
Well, their perspectives is naturally that they're the experts. They have the specialized equipment, the training.
Right.
They talk about their mission being about providing clean indoor air, helping people, especially those with allergies, breathe easier. They frame it as their area of expertise.
They position themselves as having the right solution.
Exactly. And they suggest it's not really a luxury item, but more like a proactive step for a healthier home environment, particularly when allergies are bad.
And being a business, they do encourage people to use their service. What's the call to action?
They directly suggest that if you're struggling with spring allergies and worried about indoor air, consider professional cleaning. And naturally, they invite you to call Vacu-Man to schedule it and see the benefits yourself.
Do they give contact details?
They do. The phone number is listed as 905.333.5454.
Okay.
Their hours are Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they give a physical address too. 4 Lyndhurst Street, Hamilton, Ontario, L8L 7G7, Canada.
Very specific. And they cover a certain area?
Yes, they list the cities: Hamilton, Oakville, Burlington, Milton, Grimsby, Brantford, St. Catharines, and Niagara. So if you're in that zone.
Good to know. And just to be thorough, the article page itself has those standard website things at the bottom, right? Cookies, privacy policy?
Correct. Usual website stuff. Privacy policy, terms and conditions, sales conditions, returns info. It's all linked there, but separate from the main points about allergies and duct cleaning.
Okay. So let's recap the core message from this deep dive into the Vacu-Man article. Basically, outdoor spring allergens get inside, build up in air ducts, and then get recirculated, making indoor allergies worse.
Right.
Professional air duct cleaning, as they describe it, aims to remove this buildup. And the proposed benefits are reduced allergens, better air quality overall, a more efficient HVAC system, and getting rid of potential odors.
And of course, they recommend contacting them if you're in their service area and interested. That covers the main points from the source.
Definitely. It lays out their view clearly. So here's maybe something to mull over. We spend, what, like 90% of our time indoors sometimes? Especially if we're hiding from pollen.
Easily.
So thinking beyond just the ducts, what other steps could someone take to really improve the air quality inside their home? Not just for spring, but maybe year-round. Because duct cleaning is just one piece, isn't it?
That's a really important question. Absolutely. Air duct cleaning addresses the circulation system, but there's more to it. You know, things like upgrading your furnace filter to a higher MRV rating.
Ah, the filters, yeah.
Or considering standalone HEPA air purifiers for specific rooms. Managing humidity levels is huge. Too damp encourages mold. Too dry can irritate sinuses.
And just regular cleaning, I suppose. Vacuuming with a HEPA filter, vacuum dusting.
Exactly. It's really about a layered approach, looking at the whole home environment. The article highlights one layer, but there are definitely others to consider for truly clean indoor air.
It's about seeing the bigger picture for the air we breathe inside. Well, with that thought, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Hopefully you can all find some ways to breathe a little easier this spring, and maybe even enjoy some of that sunshine.